Now we're live. I've been talking to you all for the past 11 minutes about technical difficulties, amongst other things. So
I just never mind. I'm like, don't bother me. We're live right now.
So to briefly fill you all in, we've been having some technical difficulties. I appreciate that 61 of you all are still here 11 minutes after the stream was supposed to start. And apparently we weren't live. So let me bring this back up and I will start over and we'll compact it and compress it. I've been talking to you all. I wondered why nobody was like commenting on what was being discussed.
You guys all missed our talk about buying things at stores.
So to kind of shorten this up, it's been an interesting day, as you can tell from the fact that we weren't even live. Lots of technical difficulties. It's been one of those days that would make John at KG Tropicals cry a little bit. I say that knowing he's not watching. He's out at the bed and breakfast with Lisa. Kudos to them on having a little vacay. Everything from camera issues to internet issues. Ed and I, for those of you that don't know, we get on here together about 30 minutes before the show, sometimes more. And we do all the tech stuff and we go, okay, we've got lighting, we've got audio, we've got video. What's our topic? And we try and make it a well prepped stream. Doesn't always go to plan, as tonight will say. And I am sorry for this. People saying, why is it taking so long? I wonder because somebody said, is he late or am I early? And I was like, no, we're on time. We started like a minute late, maybe. But it was a couple of seconds after 8 o'clock. But I'm sorry for that. I apologize, guys. I hit the button. I don't know what happened. That's why I didn't even roll the intro when I saw that he's not live, and I double checked it. I'm like, we're not live. I'm like, we'll just hit live and go and forget the intro thing.
What?
So,
James, new job for me is to make sure that the little live button's up on.
Yeah, I don't because I clicked our video intro. I clicked the live button. I clicked the Are You Sure button. And yes, absolutely, you can get a party popper. I already popped off a couple, and I'm going to pop off some more.
We were talking about the party poppers. Too.
We were talking about.
You guys missed Nico looking cute in my lap right here, and then you jumped on the keyboard.
So we had a couple of super chats that came in. Wow, that's funny. That's slightly embarrassing, but definitely funny, and we can all laugh at that together. That's another thing, and this will make no sense. This doesn't tie into anything for you all because I've been talking to myself or Ed. But that's another one of those things that be prepared for problems to happen if you're going to live stream. All right, let me get this pulled up because a couple of the super chats came in before the stream started, and I don't have them on the actual activity feed. One of them was from Fantastic Freaks, but I don't remember exactly what he said. Pull this up here.
He said he was I brought this up when we were talking about Fantastic Freaks. He said he was a sports writer, and I was like, what? He was in our fantasy football league.
Yes. Yeah, that's an interesting one. All right, here it is. And this was a $10 super chat from Fantastic Freaks before the show even started. Before it was even scheduled to start. I'll put it that way since we started late, apparently. But he said, hi, James. Ed, hope all is well. Here to drop off some money and say hi. Hope I can get back towards the end. Working late again. Busy time of the year for us sports writers. Stay fantastic, guys. And that's Fantastic Freaks. He's been on here before on the show. He's got all the puffers. He's got Finley. He's an awesome dude. I appreciate that. Fantastic. IHSPS is a tank tribe. Dropping that dollar pile of fertilizer on the stream to keep the plants growing in the chat. Thank you for that, IHSPS. Very much appreciate it. And Collins Critter Cave. Putting that beautiful forest sticker with the dollar super sticker. I love those trees. I just said all this a minute ago, but you all didn't hear it. I'd love to find where those trees are and go camping. So thank you for that, Colin. Very much appreciate it.
I would love
it. It's been a night. I literally have one of the Fish Room Fever pins holding my Ethernet cable at just the exact angle so that things don't again. And I think that may have been what happened when I was trying to go live and hit an internet snag. I don't know. I know it's kicked me out of here a couple times. But anyway, moving into the story I've told that you all didn't hear, you all ask about the party poppers a lot and what they say and where I get them. So I go to the Dollar Tree, and it was about 7:02 tonight. So I'm like, all right, I've got time. I can get there and get back, no problem. And they keep them on a back ledge way in the back. They're not really on the sales floors. They're where a customer can go, but they're not really displayed, so to speak. And I grabbed 20 packs, and they're 26 packs, and I get up there with that and a couple other things. And there's, 13 people online, one register open, all that. I get up to the register, and she looks at all of them, and she looks at me, and she says, "Did you buy us out?" And I'm like, "Well, no, but what if I did? Do you need some? You want me to go get you some?" And she's just like, she's kind of looking at me, and it was very weird. And that's usually when I go, I use them in my live streams, and they just kind of go, right, okay. And they just carry on scanning them. Zen says, we still need a party popper sticker, dang it. Yes, we do. So the number is fluctuating. I know we've got a couple people that have not renewed yet. And I don't say that to pressure them. I say that because they're not on auto renew, and they just manually renew every month. As soon as they do that, we'll be at the 75, and then I can throw that party popper up on there. Who cares, lady? Mind your business about the party poppers is what Patty said. Absolutely. But no, you all have asked what they say when I go to get them. So that was what they said this time around.
And you know what? It is amazing. He said that story exactly the same way. It was like I was listening to a recording. But this time I did interject and make it longer.
Right. Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah. So, yeah. And I also am leaving out the story part of, being in retail and doing inventory management for time's sake, because we started 11 minutes late for whatever reason. Dear God, I apologize, you all. I appreciate that we've still got 91 people here. That's awesome. We don't have the standard subject scheduled for tonight. And thank goodness, because we went 11 minutes of talking without anybody actually being able to hear us. But I've got some mail that I want to share with you all. And we've just got some different things to talk about. We'll, of course, be taking questions. That's a big thing for Saturday. So if you have any questions or comments, you can put @FishRoomFever in the chat. That will highlight for me, and I can pull it out of there. So we've got a couple more super chats that rolled in super stickers, and I will get to those here in a minute. But first, I want to say a huge thank you to several people that have sent me some stuff. If you want to send me some stuff, and I'm not asking you to, but if you would like to, there is a P.O. box in the video description on pretty much all of my videos. You can mail things there, stickers, whatever, funny things, whatever you may want to send. And I'll be honest, if it's stickers, then that's a great opportunity for you to get your stickers shown off and, get your channel some recognition. And I do say that because I want more stickers. I've got stickers everywhere, and I love it. But I also had a couple other things. And one of those, and it's funny, Ed and I just talked about this. One of those was a webcam. And I saw the person in here, and I was talking to you, and we weren't live. I can't remember what your new name is, but it is the viewer formerly known as S. Shrestha. Oh, goodness, and I can't think of exactly what your name is. I'm sure I'll see you in here. And see, this camera's doing that. This is my old camera. We're going to swap to this camera real quick. I can't believe we weren't live before.
Oh, no, that camera looks nicer.
There we go.
Oh, wait.
All right. So, and I only bring this up because it was specifically mentioned in the note that if it doesn't work, find someone to give it to. I started having the glitch out problem before the stream on both cameras. So I'm thinking it's something in the board on the laptop or the ports, or I've fried something out. But I want to say that's really, really awesome of you, and I appreciate that. But I think I'm going to end up, when tax time comes in, because gotta love one of the upsides of kids, is you get a little extra money once a year to kind of help offset all the money you spend on them, right? I will eventually, I'll move into an actual computer versus a laptop. And I only bring this up because people have asked me, in terms of streaming, what do I need to buy? When should I upgrade? Things of that nature. I feel like the issues that I'm having with this laptop now are negatively impacting the channel and the quality. And so I feel that now it is a time to take some money and upgrade it. So that would be one of those things to answer that question that I've gotten several times before. I am going to switch back to the other camera, see if it'll work, just because it's a little less grainy. And now we're going to go to this camera. We've got 3 or 4 cameras set up right now. All right, let's go to this camera. We're going to bounce all over the place. Like I said, it's been a night just trying to get set up. But a huge thank you for that. Very, very cool of you to do. Did not have to do that. Let me find my, there it is. There's my chat. Upgrades. IHSPS's Tech Tribe says upgrades, people, upgrades. Well, it just said upgrades. I added the upgrades people part. But then there, Sean, aka Holy Fish Guy. And I'm here. Hope that worked for you, buddy. Yes, and I appreciate that. So what I may do, if it's okay with you, because I'm going to, like, I've got a decent mic. I don't really get complaints about the mic, but I'll probably get a Blue Yeti mic. I mean, that's one of those things that I've looked into, and you all have shown so much support that I can justify doing it as being kind of covered in the YouTube thing, if you will. I can take that money and I can use it to cover that investment to hopefully bring you all better quality. But what I may do once I get everything situated is I may give that away to somebody that is trying to start up streaming and maybe has no camera, because that's definitely better than not having a camera. And I'm sure that's okay with you, and I hope it is, because you did mention if it doesn't work out, give it to someone I know. So I think that would be a great way to take your kindness and show of love for the Fish Fam and kind of spread it along the Fish Fam. I think it's actually the exact same model that I purchased before and then sent back because they said it was a higher resolution than it was. But moving on, again, a huge thank you for that. I really do appreciate it, Sean. We've got some stickers. I'm going to try to make sure I don't dox anybody here or myself. This is from Brianne Farrell.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to read all the cards and notes just because I don't know who wants a red, you know, and a couple
unless
of
there's
long,
something
and
to
that's
me.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely. But a very awesome thank you card there. And I've got a sticker for you, Ed. That is one of the things that was mentioned. Get you a sticker. So there we go.
That's
We get
awesome.
you one of Brianne's stickers. These are nice. I can't see my camera, but I'm assuming you can see that right there.
Brienne goes live on Saturdays, I think 10 Eastern. She's a super cool girl that's getting into, well, she's into fish. She loves fish.
Yes, very much
I was
so.
on her stream 2 weeks ago, and I accidentally got it in her head to switch her bed out for a discus tank. and her mom and dad are so supportive, they were like thinking about it. But she has Brazilian stickers. She was showing me the stickers on this live stream and everything. It was really cool.
Oh, goodness gracious. That is funny. Someone said, it was Carol Cox said, I'm happy just reading your chat, but it would be great to see James and Ed. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do from now on. We're just going to hang out and read the chat for an hour and interact with you in there instead of doing the video, as opposed to doing video and not looking at chat, right? No, let's not do that.
Well, we'll see if chat rooms do better than live feeds.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can just put up a picture on the screen and talk to you on the chat and see what the numbers do. So the next one here, and again, I'm trying to make sure I don't show off anybody's address. Mine, I'll have mine are a mix of the home address and P.O. box, but I don't want to show anybody else's home address off on here. These, there's the card that came with it. And these are cool. I've been waiting to get these. And I do appreciate the letters and the cards. I really, really do. But check these out. Let me move my chat so I can see what I'm showing you. Move it there. Mike's Aquatics and things.
Oh, Mike.
They went with these shiny holographic ones. Dude, I'm jealous. I'm going to have to up my sticker game because mine are just kind of a generic plain sticker.
Okay, yeah. What you're seeing there is what I was thinking about doing for the Fish Mafia. But I didn't know if it would look better just to go with pure white and black and white.
And I've got several in here, so I can get you one of these too, Ed.
Awesome.
And I'm putting them all back in the envelope so that I don't lose the stickers before I get them to Ed. We've got a couple more things, and then we will dive in. And again, we've got an awesome letter here. And this one is from Pegasus Arena, right? Right. Yes, Pegasus Arena. There's the sticker. The little, they make them themselves. Gotfish. I love that. Super, super cool. And thank you for the letter in there and your support, Rena. I really do appreciate that.
Here, put yours up right next to this. I really love this sticker. I think it's really cool. Let's see how close they get it. Pretty darn close. I think you have rocks at the bottom of yours, and I've got some Val.
Right? That is awesome. I love the fact that they do that, though. That is super cool. And we got one more set of stickers here, and then we've got another package. This one is from our buddy, longtime friend of the channel, Scott Gordon, Scott's Aquatics. Let me see if these are all the same.
Oh.
Yes.
This is Scotty's.
Of course, it's not going to focus.
Oh, is that a Grammy?
Yes. Blue Grammy.
Nice.
Super, super cool. And I've got two of these, so I could give you one of these too, Ed. And I appreciate that, Scott.
Wonderful.
Go check out all those awesome people. I'm sure mods have probably dropped links in the channel there. Oh, wait. Oh, look. There's the other stickers as well. Two different kinds of stickers.
Oh, cool. A nice blue. Is that a rainbow?
That is an African cichlid of sorts. Mrs. Fever can tell you exactly what it is. I know we've had one before. I couldn't tell you. Final thing here. And this is something that... Oh, and there went the package because she wants to see the sticker. Hold on just a second.
Hey, tell Shy that we've all been missing her, and we hope that her life begins.
And Ed says to tell you we've all been missing you. They've all been missing you. I don't miss you.
I think it's a blue dragon's blood.
Blue dragon's blood? Well, there you go. I wouldn't have had a clue. All right, let me get this package. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, so this one, address Safeway, is from Maria Z, who's been asking. And there is an awesome letter in here that, again, I'm not going to read to you all because that's for me. That's for me. But she's got some zebra plecos, and she had seen TM Aquatics, amongst others, recommend this. And there's a sticker in here, too. I'm trying to get out. She's got a self-addressed stamped envelope. I thought that was really awesome of her. She sent that because she wanted some stickers, and she's like, here, I'll just send a self-addressed stamped envelope so you could throw some stickers in there. So I need to get a couple of yours, Ed, to mail back to her. But she sent me their card as well. Gold Coast Aquatics is the place to find this stuff. I've not got to use this just yet, but some awesome food that is apparently very difficult to find stateside. She sent me two different kinds. I haven't opened it yet because I want to do a video of this and feeding those guys and kind of a review, I guess. So thank you also for giving me additional content to make, Maria. And then an awesome sticker because I love stickers and she knows it. So they sent her two stickers and she was kind enough to send me one of her two stickers. So thank you for that, Maria and everybody else. I'm really looking forward to trying this food out. I need to do some more research on it. She did mention in the letter all the like the ingredient list and all of that stuff is on the website. I haven't gone and looked at that just yet. But I do know from what I've seen that is really quality stuff and it's really hard to get a hold of. So I appreciate the fact that A, you were kind enough to track it down, and B, that you spent the time and money to get that sent to me, and we can use that for the zebra plecos here. All right.
Well, did Maria have a sticker that you can show us?
She did not. I did not see one. We had the sticker from Gold Coast, and then I've got an envelope in here so that I can send her our stickers, which again I thought was super cool. So I'm going to go to the chat real quick, and then we're going to jump over to these super chats. We're already halfway through the stream, and we've got Jeff Rose Fish Keeping coming up in about 30 minutes. So let's see what we've got highlighted here. Paul told me to pretend the live button is the like button next time. Absolutely, for those of you that are here. We got 108 people watching and 69 thumbs ups. Do me a favor, tickle that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. I know it's been a weird stream, and it's been delayed, but I do really appreciate it.
You know, before you get into that, I got a question in the comments that I said that I would ask you. It's from Josh B. He asks, what do you guys use to keep your canister seals from drying out? Now, I told him what I've been doing for years, and maybe it's totally wrong, but it's worked for me.
Okay.
I use Vaseline.
Yes.
I take some Vaseline, I go around. I said, that's what I do, but I'm not a professional. So, and we'll ask James.
I've done the same. I have had a couple people mention using the stress coat, and actually putting that on there, the API stress coat. I've not tried that one, but that was something that was brought up a couple streams ago. Somebody mentioned it. But yeah, I'm a Vaseline or some sort of lubricant that is not going to have a lot of bad chemicals. Don't get the fancy cocoa butter Vaseline and put it on there. Get just the plain old generic 100% petroleum jelly.
If it's okay to put in a baby's mouth,
yeah,
it's safe.
That's a good way to put that. If it's safe enough to go in a baby's mouth, it probably won't hurt your fish. Excluding medications, excluding infant medications, we'll give those to the tank. Zen Ginger, I like this, said, James, next time, wait until you've paid. Just look at her, wink, and say, you should see what I used to pop these. And just walk off and let her question life. That was in reference to the party poppers.
That got so gross.
That got interesting real quick. But that'll keep her from asking questions next time. Best place to get tank dividers for 10-gallon tanks. I made my own. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought the plastic craft mesh that you would use for I could never think of what it's called, like the hook and loop with the yarn to make like the carpety picture things. But it's plastic craft mesh. And then just some suction cups, and I made my own that way. Super cheap. Depends on how many you need. If you just need one or two, I feel like you could just break down and buy the pre-made ones. They're a little pricey, but if you needed 40 of them for a better rack at one point, I was not going to spend $10+ a piece times 40. So I did it myself with that, and it's less than $1 to make each one of them. So
I use Egg Crate. You can get that at Lowe's or Home Depot in the lighting fixture area. So like for the ceiling over the lights.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The only issue I've run into that is if it's dividing smaller things. So that's not going to keep your guppies and stuff separated.
Right. Mine was for angels.
Yeah, and it'll work just fine for them.
But don't use it in acrylic tanks because you'll scratch them all up too. Because, you break those little things, but they're kind of sharp. Doesn't matter really on the glass, but I would imagine it would kill acrylic.
Roll down through here. All right, looks like chat jumped to the bottom. Here we go. And this is Sean again, aka Ollie Fish Guy, says, weird question for a guppy nerd. Can a male leertail molly inseminate a female guppy? I don't know, but I feel like a juvenile mixed breed is there in my live bear 60-gallon tank. You want to take that one, Ed?
I missed it. When you started to say guppy, I tuned in, but I missed a lot.
All right. So, weird question for a guppy nerd. Can a male leertail molly inseminate a female guppy? I don't know, but I feel like a juvenile mixed breed is there in my live bear 60-gallon. So you get muppies, which should be sterile if I remember correctly.
People believe they're sterile because you can't find them anywhere, except for the rare occasion it happens. So they aren't. That's why people think they're sterile, because there's just not lines of them.
Right. But yes, it can definitely happen. So you probably do. If you think you've got one in there, you probably do.
Kind of like a donkey and a horse has a mule, but mules are sterile. I think, unless it's a mule. No, donkeys are real deal. It must be a mule is half donkey, half horse.
Yeah, I don't remember which it is. People will correct us. God, we're looking goofy tonight. But yes, one of them is sterile, and that was my first thought. But I didn't bring it up because I couldn't remember which was which.
There's too many donkeys out there for donkeys to be the mix.
Right.
At least I have that feeling.
John Cox says they make a vegetable-based food machine grease, Fish from Fever, that works great for that. So that's another one. I definitely recommend that. That would be perfectly fine. Let's see. All right. Missed 2 questions up there, Fish Room Fever. I am going back up. Thank you, Miss Fever, for that.
Mule is the hybrid. I hate stupid people came through and saved us.
Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not where I was at. Mike Squatics and things saying, glad you got them. Trying to go back up after it dropped to the bottom. And I see several super chats, and I will definitely get to those. Aaron Sam Mattel, am I planning on building my own PC? Absolutely not. I did do some different coding and scripting and things, very minimal. And I'm decent at HTML. But in terms of the hardware building aspect, nope, definitely not. There's a guy that does really good work that I actually got this laptop from at a pretty good price that can build stuff out. So I'll probably go to him and go, hey, this is what I need. I need it built to these specifications. What are we talking here?
I built a computer once.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't know a single word you just said about all that technical stuff. But
Right.
my brother and I went to I think it was called Egghead at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he bought all the pieces, and then we got them, and he was terrified. He was like, I don't know what to do. So I just started clicking it all on the motherboard, and they ran great.
Perfect. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah. It's the best computer I ever had.
Let me find these questions. There's one from Sabrina Stewart. Says, you guys may have answered this, but my work schedule has been crazy. How did you guys survive the storms? Did you lose any fish? Hope all went well. So I didn't have any power outages here in Knoxville, fortunately. That's been a blessing.
And here in Chattanooga, it never got below 40. So it was really weird. If you looked at Florida was real hot, but it shot one little arrow straight up through Georgia, and went all the way to Chattanooga and went down, right above Chattanooga and down. So we got a lot of rain. We got about 6 or 7 inches of rain, but that was it.
Yep, it's definitely been rainy lately. MedCow74M says, Fisherman Fever, were you and your wife into fish before you met each other? I was. She was not. She was not against fish. She thought the fish were awesome. And then she kind of got into the hobby and learned about things and developed her own interests. So that was very, very cool. But no, she was not actually a fish keeper beforehand. When we met, I was bigger into monster fish and big tanks. So I had a couple 1,000 gallons of larger tanks and larger fish. And she's like, hey, and so I showed her pictures and she liked the fish, and it just kind of progressed from there. Thank goodness. She was actually the one that recommended, after me being out of the hobby for some years, to get back into the hobby a few years ago. She's like, I think you need a fish tank again, because it had been a little while, and I definitely miss it when I don't have fish. And I got one tank, ended up with a pair of bristlenose in there, and everybody knows how that goes if you've got a pair of bristlenose. So set up another tank for the babies, and I was like, well, the whole breeding thing is really, really fun. I've bred piranhas before, but I hadn't really bred anything else. And then it kind of became, well, what else can I get to breed? Playing with that part of the hobby. Let me go down through here.
How did she get so good at African cichlids? Did she read a wonderful book, or?
I think she's still in the chat. She could probably answer that. She does a lot of research. She's a very reading-based person. So awesome. She will do a lot of research on things, especially if it's something that she really enjoys, like the African cichlids.
Well, Shy, I'm proud of you.
Brian Gomes says, how do you set up a discus tank? Ed, would you like to take that one since you have bred discus before?
Oh, boy. First, I'd start off with a tank that you think is going to look cool. No, I would go with a tall tank because they like to go up and down as much as this way, forward and backwards.
Right.
I'd make sure that you got good heat, not super hard water. I would now use Val, because I think they would look great swimming through the tall leaves going through. But I would definitely go with plants now. I don't know if you're thinking about breeding them, but they've got some. Mine would lay or put their eggs on a piece of slate, but now they've got some awesome. They're a cone, and they go down, and then they have a cup at the bottom. So the theory is either when they become wigglers, or even maybe not the eggs, the wigglers, if they fall down, the mom or dad can pick it and stick it back up because it falls in the little hook.
Right.
I've never used one, but if I was getting back into discus, I would make sure I ordered one of those or two of those, depending on how many. But make sure it's going to be hot, And I'd also put them in a place in a fish tank that they can see a lot of the world. Because I think my discus loved watching action. So I wouldn't put them in a room like a dining room that nobody goes in.
Right.
You know, I put them in somewhere out in the middle where they could watch everything and enjoy life. I don't know. That's probably terrible, and that's not probably what he wanted, but I never had them jump out of the top, but I still put a lid on it just for evaporation. But I've never had them jump. So I don't know. That was probably terrible information.
So I'm going to take this question, and then we're going to hit these super chats and stickers and say a huge thank you to you all for that. And then we'll jump back into the chat. This is almost a loaded question, and I'm trying to figure out exactly the best way to answer this. But Skipper's Aquarium says, Fish Room Fever, do you have a problem with us promoting other channels in the chat? So to answer the question, do I have a problem with promoting other channels? Absolutely not. I've always been a huge fan of trying to help others. I've, been helped along the way, certainly. There comes a point, though, when it becomes a jumbled mess of everybody screaming out, I have a channel / check this person's channel out. And so I generally keep in mind, I have probably 40 people that are moderators. And for a channel my size, that's ridiculous, but that's a whole nother story. We have a lot of moderators. So I feel like we have a sufficient moderator team to link to channels as it's appropriate. That being said, I've also said many, many times, over 50% of the people that are in here right now have channels. Go check them out. And that's part of why I say, look to the chat for answers, because you may be on the Fish Room Fever channel. Chattanooga Ed's here from a different channel. We've got, 112 people in here, probably 50 different content creators, whatever term you would like to use, knowledgeable fish keepers in the chat right now that have their own channels, their own information. So it's all about the community. I don't mind a bit helping people. And I'm certainly here to help promote people. And that's part of the stickers. I don't have to show the stickers. I appreciate that they sent me the stickers, and I could have just put them up on the tank back there. But I wanted to show you all the stickers to also help them as well. If it's maybe a channel you're not familiar with, maybe you've seen, Scott's Aquatics is in here, and you go, oh, I didn't realize he actually had a channel and stickers and all that stuff. Let me go check him out. Definitely about that. Most of the people that do super chats have channels. There are very few people that you'll see a super chat or a super sticker from that don't have a channel. Go check those people out. I encourage that. So no, I don't have a problem with helping other channels, but I don't want it ever to be to the point to where there are literally channels on YouTube that's all they're there for. You go in there, you say hi to people, those people say hi to you, you do the what's called sub for sub, I think, or S2S or whatever. And then people super chat, and the person that's running the channel goes, oh my God, here's the link. Everybody go check out this person's channel. They threw down a $20 super chat. Let's go give them some subscribers. We're never going to do that. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help people in any way that we can, but we're not a grow channel, I guess is what they would call it. And I'm not calling any of those out, but that's just not us. So let's help people, but let's make sure it's relevant to the conversation. If somebody's got a goal, I'm real big on that. If I find out, oh, this person's too away from this goal, then I do kind of shift over like, hey guys, there's 100 people here. This person needs 20 subscribers to hit 1,000 or 500 or whatever. Let's go help them out. I do enjoy doing that stuff. But I'm not a fan of people just coming in and going, I have a channel, come check me out. And that's part of why anytime people comment that on any of my videos or live streams, they come in and they comment, they go, oh, I enjoyed your stream, come check out my channel. YouTube automatically hides that. So if they're hiding that, there's a reason for that. So I hope that answered your question thoroughly. Not against helping or promoting people. Also not the main purpose of why we're here, so to speak, in terms of growing channels. But I think it's awesome to be able to help in any way we can. But we want to keep it fishy based. And then I try and tell you all, like, I'll go through the super chats and I'll be like, hey, Furloughs Aquatics, $10 super chat. I was on his live stream. I was guest. go check him out. I won't send you to somebody that I'm not either subscribed to and or a part of what they're doing on YouTube. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get to these super chats over here. We have got, and I don't think there were any in between here, but the Zen Ginger, who does have a channel, by the way, she's got an awesome mud skipper video as well as an awesome glowfish video. Love him or hate him, I recommend you watch it because it's a good source of information.
Incredibly. And she just went over 400 subs.
There you go. See, now we're gonna play into that. So now I not Nola Jane said James rant. LOL. It happens sometimes. Just because I feel like that puts me in a very defensive place of even as much time as I spent explaining that, someone will misinterpret that. Someone will take away from that. Either A, he doesn't care about the community because he doesn't want us talking about other people's channels, which I didn't actually say, or B, oh, so if we super chat him, then he'll call out our channel. No, it's not that. There's a middle ground, fine line, whatever. But now we're gonna play the Did You Know?
James,
yeah.
Did you hear about the cheese factory that blew up in France?
I did not.
There was debris all over the place.
God.
Debris. Darn it! I kind of messed it up. They kept talking about Drew Brees, and that messed me up. I just remembered that joke.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right, I'm going to run through these real quick. We'll get back to the chat because we've only got about 10 minutes, and I see at least one or two more questions. The Zen Ginger with the $1 super sticker with the kind of flat face, non-amused smiley face. Thank you for that, Zen, and I appreciate all your hard work in the chat, throwing down the links and keeping everything in order. Mike's Aquatics and Things with that $2 super sticker saying, wait for it. Yes, and we got those stickers from you. Thank you for those and the super sticker. Much appreciated. Then we got, and I can't do this, I can't do it justice because I'm not Big Tank Hank. It's your boy, Big Tank Hank.
Boy, that was Bowser.
Yeah, I can't do it. But with the $2 super chat, just super chat, just throwing $2 out there saying hello. What's going on, Hank? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You had an awesome stream the other day, and I enjoyed catching part of that replay. Thank you for that. Tank Top Tropics, what's going on? $3 super chat, super sticker. It's the thumbs up fist bump pair. Thumbs up fist bump pair. Appreciate that. I love that guy. Super, super cute. The pair, not Tank Top Tropics. I'm not trying to get into all of that. Somebody will misinterpret that as well. Thank you for that. Who knows? Maybe Tank Top Tropics is super, super cute. Who am I to say no? Furloughs Aquatics with $10 super chat says, just for being both of your awesome selves. I appreciate that, Furlough. And again, like I was a guest on his the other day, and I appreciate that, Furlough, because that was fun. I enjoy getting to go to somebody else's channel and kind of just hang out and go with their flow and see where it takes the stream versus quote unquote running things. But thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for all the support. And anytime you want to hang out again, just let me know, my friend. Pepley Creek Aquatics dropping another big brown pile of fertilizer on the chat with that $1 super pooper sticker. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated, Peplin. Always in here throwing out the little super chats and stickers and all the cute little cool emojis. Keeping those plants growing with that super chat. Kenny E with Danigan Aquatics says, towards Shy's Breeze jersey. Yes, Shy wants a Breeze jersey. Thank you for that. For the $10 super chat going to her jersey fund. I'm sure she will not let me forget it.
I did not know that she actually wanted a Breeze jersey.
Yeah. Well, because with him going out of it, I guess she's worried to get it now while you can get them type thing. So, but yeah. So thank you for that, Kenny E. Fission Tactics with the $1 super sticker, super chat. Nothing attached to it. Just throwing $1 out there, throwing some money at us. I do very much appreciate that. Very kind of you to do. And even more so, thank you for your continued support. You know, as this channel has grown, I appreciate you being a longtime friend of the channel. Look at this guy right here. One of the hashtag booty boys, along with Kenny E at Danican Aquatics. We've got Father Fish throwing a $10 super sticker out there with that. I can't even find it on here. Let me see if I can find it on there. There we go. The thank you pair Father Fish, thank you, my friend. I hope all is well with you. I've been catching a lot of replays on yours, letting your live streams just kind of run while I'm moseying around doing things. But I need to get on with you and go hang out again one of these mornings because it's always a fun time. And hopefully we get to see you again soon. But I appreciate you, Father Fish, for everything you've done and for the $10 super chat, my friend. All right, we've got about 9 minutes. I tried to burn through that so that I could grab some of these questions, but I do really, really appreciate you all. It's never expected, but it's always very much appreciated. And that's part of why I'm like, do I need to get party poppers? It's almost like I'm expecting super chats, but it's one of those things that it inevitably happens, and I hate to disappoint you all. So I have them on the ready. All right. The Zen Ginger says, I believe the topic was brought up because Patty promoted Brienne, but you were talking about her, so it was appropriate. Move along. Yeah, well, and I saw some, I don't want to say back and forth, but I did see some conversation regarding it. But I wanted to make myself very clear. And again, somebody's going to take away from that something negative, and they're going to tell somebody else, well, Fish Room Fever said this. Anybody that's been around knows I'm a huge supporter of the entire Fish fam, and I always will be. I love this community. At the same time, we don't just want random people coming in that we don't even know and going, by the way, I have a channel. Come check me out. And I've seen that happen before too. So
yeah, normally James and I, not normally. I think we've always watched the videos first. Like I shouted out Fat Man a couple of weeks ago, but I watched his stuff and it was awesome. So that's why I shouted him out. And I shouted out Bree earlier today because I thought she was a lot of fun. So,
absolutely.
That's the only thing. I think that's our biggest thing is we like to make sure that they are on the same wavelength as us.
Very well phrased, Ed. Paul Sotero, this was in reference to that Discus question, said, Discus, find a good source. They like to be in groups, 5 minimum, a large tank, 75-gallon minimum, warm water, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. I prefer planted, high-quality, varied diet. There you go. That sums it up perfectly. And thank you for that, Paul Sotero.
Was he talking about Rams?
That was on the Discus.
Oh, thank you.
We had that Discus question.
That sounded so much more professional than what I said.
Paul, I didn't realize had a channel until the other day. There are a lot of people with channels. You ever are looking for content, go look around. You'll find people. I promise.
Well, I'm sorry, make sure.
No band hammers. We're not doing band hammers. I don't know what that was in reference to. It's probably a joke.
What's a band hammer?
That's just banning people from the channel. The band hammer. Candy's
okay.
band hammer. You got to borrow it from her. And no. IHSPS's Tank Tribe says, oops, I forgot to tag at Fish Room Fever. Is Ed going to be monetized soon?
No.
Because
I already am.
Yeah. So stay tuned Thursday. Come check out Ed's stream. Throw lots of money at him.
No.
He's like, no, don't do that. But no, everything should be in order to have that little button there on Ed's stream Thursday. We haven't done a test of it just yet, but should be good to go. We went through and got all of the fun electronic paperwork taken care of and everything set up. So he's all set. He made it. Huge thanks to you all for your support. Getting him to that 1,000 subscribers, because that was holding him back from being able to go live off of his mobile phone. He had the hours. Yep. He just didn't have the subscribers somehow. Funny how that works, because Ed is everywhere.
Now, I just need to ask James how to do that.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, and I need my transmission fixed so I can go somewhere.
Right. All right. Make sure. Let me see what else I can grab here before we end the stream. I thank he's in for mentioning the at Fish Room Fever to ensure we see the questions. I do see one from Danny, though. It says, I guess a better question is, what do you wish you knew when you set up your first aquarium that you didn't? I honestly don't remember setting up my first aquarium. But I will tell you, I know that I didn't fully understand beneficial bacteria, the nitrogen cycle. Not fully, not to the extent that I do now. That's part of why I really encourage people to research. Understand that pulling everything out of the tank and scrubbing it down with cleaning products and rinsing it off is not a good solution unless you're disinfecting from some sort of god-awful disease that you had that killed everything off. But doing a regular cleaning of pulling everything and sanitizing it is not useful. That would probably be my biggest piece of advice / regret. The thing that I wish I knew was more. I wish I had spent more time learning more versus assuming that I knew what I was doing.
I could tell you mine. I was only 7, but my dad was like, I guess you could say a professional. I mean, he set it up because, I mean, he knows he was breeding fish and selling them. But I wanted it in front of my window so I could see them really good. And it created so much algae. That was probably my biggest mistake as a little kid, setting my first fish tank up in front of a window.
Yeah, that's definitely you don't want to do that type of thing. All right, I think I caught the questions. I think I did. If you got anything last minute, throw it in there. I'll grab it. I'm sure the chat jumped over 1 or 2. Fat Man Aquatics, I love that. He says, we don't make mistakes. We make learning experiences. That's exactly it. This doesn't really go into fish keeping, but it kind of can apply. I feel like it applies to my fish keeping. But it's a motivational piece, and it's just simply you will fail your way to success. You will encounter failures. You know, most millionaires have been bankrupt. I think it's 8 out of 10. You will fail your way to success, and I feel like that can be applied to fish keeping. Although I will also follow up with, you want to do your research to try to minimize failure. Like I said in one of the previous streams, you want to plan for success, but prepare for failure.
Yep.
Right.
I know that Fat Man had a question. He's got I'm guessing he lost all his fish in the freeze because he says he's starting all over with new fish in all this different tanks, and he's asking for suggestions. I suggest you make a video and ask the people in the comments, because then they can actually see what you're doing, or, you know, kind of bring your audience into you instead of our audience just giving ideas.
Most definitely. I think that's an awesome idea. And that's also, on the flip side of that, it's going to give you that extra piece of content. It's going to give you more interaction with your channel. You know, getting those comments on there. Trying to see if Jeff Rose has got a link up. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Kim Carwick says, how long to keep guppy fry in a breeder net? Really, it depends on if you're worried the parrots are going to eat them. You know, how big do they need to get before you can safely return them? So it varies a lot. I would say 2 weeks is usually a safe number, generally speaking. But if you're returning them to a community tank that's got other fish with bigger mouths, learn to talk, James. It'll be okay. You may need longer than that. I generally go a week to 2 weeks, just depending upon the parents, you know, how big their mouths are, how aggressive they are towards fry. But generally, I don't have to go longer than that. And the Smiley Aquatic said, it's not a question, but it's really exciting news. And then it scrolled away. My Galaxy Fishbone shrimp are giving me red steel and blue steel shrimp. So happy with that. Hard eyes emoji. Absolutely. That is awesome. Congratulations on that. I'm sure those are absolutely beautiful.
We need to see a video or some photos of that.
Yes, definitely. All right. Let me see here. I like what Matt West had to say here. Says, I wish the internet existed for my first tanks. I would not have put a single tiger barb in a 10-gallon community aquarium. Absolutely. I think that the internet is a blessing and a curse. Got 107 people watching now. That's crazy. I appreciate that, especially with the late start due to technical difficulties. 86 thumbs ups. Thank you all so much for that. It is 9 p.m. Last question I'm going to take here from Sabrina Stewart. It says, did tank maintenance while lurking? Thanks for being the reminder to keep my fish healthy. Absolutely. Okay. This is the last question. I always feel bad. Sean says, never understood the use of netted breeder box. Question is like, what do you do in a tank if you have one? I need to do a water change. Then do you move it down as well then? So yeah, I generally move mine down. But a lot of times I'm not doing a water change that goes low enough to affect it. But if I am doing a water change that goes lower than that net breeder box, I will remove it down. So with that being said, trying to think of a hashtag to go over to Jeff Rose, because it's time for Jeff Rose fish keeping. I know we've got the link in the chat, and we'll throw it in one more time. While I'm thinking of that, I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you all for being here. Over 110 people watching, 88 hit the thumbs ups. Thank you for that. All the members, the moderators, the lurkers, the listeners, of course, all of you awesome people that threw in the super chats and stickers. Can't thank you enough. Everybody that just hung out with us, and I really do appreciate you all hanging in there, even though we started late. I'm sorry for that. I can't believe that happened. I really was talking to you all the entire time.
That's funny.
So I'm going to take Miss Fever's suggestion here. Hashtag Slitherfin. That's a playoff of Harry Potter and fish. We'll go with that one, since Mrs. Fever was kind enough to grace us with her presence this week, and I appreciate that. Glad to see her in here. A lot of people were happy to see her. Turned over to you, Ed, for your final words.
Well, if I had to join a house in Harry Potter, I'd want to be a Slitherfin.
Slitherfin, I like that. All right, we're going to go see Jeff Rose Fish Keeping. Hashtag Slitherfin. I appreciate you all being here. Until next time, most of you already know what I'm going to say. But until then, keep your fish healthy. Keep yourselves healthy. Catch yourself a little fish room fever. Take care, everybody. We love you guys.